All right, everybody, and we are back at this job. See, now this is proper sand. Wow, it is frozen today. It's about 27 degrees right now, I think. Is last I checked like 10 minutes ago. It was like 27 degrees, which is not the coldest to some of you guys if you're from way up north or places where it's like 10, 12 degrees right now. But for us, it's pretty cold. And yeah, so as you can see, we got all this sand brought in. This is just nice, proper sand. It's not the most refined, like there's rocks and stuff in it, you know, like that. It's kind of like crappy beach sand. But we got the Mini here today. He wanted to bring the Mini just in case we needed it for trenching purposes and whatnot, in case the cat was a bit too big. But you may know, or you may notice, I should say, I don't know if the picture is going to look any different here, but we are on a GoPro 10 now. We got him a GoPro 10 for Christmas, and now we're trying it out. It's a bit bigger. You can do a lot of picture adjustments, so I might play around and mess with some of those. But as of right now, this should be mildly better than the GoPro 7 is what we were using before. We had two of them actually. Hoping to fix the battery issue, because as you guys know, if you've been following the channel for a while, the batteries on these GoPros suck. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be hard to get used to this after the holidays. We had the week off for Christmas. Not week, but the
like
weekend.
3 days, yeah.
Maybe like 3 or 4 days. Because today's Tuesday, yesterday, everything was closed. And I'm feeling like a fat kid that ate too much. All right, I haven't been filming a lot. I apologize for that, but my stress level on this one is kind of... Oh, dude, you killed the silt fence.
I hate this thing, man.
You gotta step over it, not in it.
Listen, I'm not that gifted like you, okay? I don't got that kind of skill.
To step over? All right.
I give up.
Yeah, I give up too. This is aggravating, to say the least.
Go.
What do we do? Huh?
What are we doing with it?
The pipe? Ugh. I'm not taking it home again. I'm gonna ask this lady to babysit it. But this is aggravating. This has got to be one of the most aggravating septics I've done in a while. It's like a freaking commercial septic for a residential house.
It's because the guy who engineered it isn't from around here.
Yeah, the guy that engineered this is not from around here, so we're all kind of like hating on the poor bastard. And he's the nicest person you'll ever meet. Were you here when he was here that day?
I didn't meet the engineer, but I've just heard that
he is the nicest guy. But what the hell am I gonna do with that? I got the bucket anchored into the pile on the other side. That's gonna have to like stay up there. Huh?
I said, you know what would have been cool?
What?
A 1,500-gallon tank and 3 leech chambers.
Yes.
Right next to it. That would have been cool.
Even if he did like a, even if he did a 2,000, right? In 5 chambers like we did at Constantine's house.
Yeah, like even that would have been in that house that we did that one. That house was,
that was 2 houses on the same property.
That was like, yeah.
There was
like,
2 tanks.
Yeah. So that was like 3 times as many bathrooms.
Yeah, that was 2 houses, 2 1,500 gallons, now that I remember.
5 galleys.
And 5 galleys.
5 leech pits.
That would.
This is overkill.
This is ridiculous. The first load, I went back, I teared in. The second load, I just dumped the extra. You always have some that you can't get out. You just can't get it. It's like I lose like a yard. I'm gonna walk up here. This should be safe up here, huh?
Yeah, just be careful.
Well, the bucket is anchored. To be honest with you, when I dumped that little bit, I wasn't expecting that much to come out. All right, guys, quick interjection here. I was just watching this video and I just realized that that pile of stone looks like a giant pile of stone sitting there. But it's really not. That's the sand ramp that I put there so we can drive the machines down in there. Why did I use sand? Well, because you can't put fill on the perk sand, or when the inspector comes, she will fail it. So that would be a big problem. So that's 1 extra load of sand. That way we could drive the machines down into the leach field area. And the reason I dumped that little bit of stone at the end of the day is because it's double wash stone. Once again, the town inspector that had to come inspect this septic system, if it's not double wash stone, she will fail the system. So this time of year, the stone, usually when the sun starts to go down, because it gets cold, but if you, at night, and if you leave double wash stone in your truck, it will freeze. So yeah, she's gonna have to stay up here. There's no rain in the forecast. The bucket's anchored into the dirt, so I hate leaving it up here, but we have all these open trenches and stuff. There's nothing worse than leaving a machine on a pile of dirt. Like I was always taught not to, but I might anchor the bucket. That way. Hello, senor. It's getting late. I got a new switch coming from my dashboard. The dimmer switch crapped out, so I got no dash lights, but that's okay. It's an old truck, you know. Stuff's gonna happen. I got a new switch coming, but I got a load of sand on and I have an empty trailer. Bryson's in front of me in the pickup. We are going back on Cape Cod, going home for the night. I took out the ramp, so that's what I have on the truck right now, is the ramp. I think we were one truckload of sand over, but we wanted to be safe than sorry. So safe than sorry. 1 6-wheeler truckload over in the grand scheme is nothing. You know, you're talking like 10, 12 yards maybe tops.
corner. Getting loaded with the excavator is totally different than getting loaded with a loader. We're cruising right along, but I mean, that was a big hill back there. Still got one more gear. I mean, I'm doing 65 and these people are just blowing right by me, so they're probably doing about 80. Because I'm doing, yeah, like, I can just barely see it, 65. I'm closer to 70. I'm doing about 70. I don't like to go too fast with a load on, you know? Alright guys, that's it for tonight. We'll see you in the morning. It's early. Everything's frozen. I gotta load an 1.5 inch stone on. These guys are hauling sand somewhere. There was a whole conga line of trucks this morning. They don't put sand on the roads anymore. Just straight salt, but I don't know, they seem to haul a lot of sand in the winter. I'm from Massachusetts, so it's winter, not winter. Winner, winner. Like, you're the winner. You get to work in the cold in the morning. Such a winner. Anyways, jump on the scale here. And then we'll see you at the job. Alright, this sucks. I'm having to carl up here and bail out of the truck the stone. You getting lunch?
He's going to grab Rose and Vicky's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Chubb wants to get some chins or something. I'm gonna bed this pipe first though.
Yeah. The system's overkill. So bad. For this house. This is like a restaurant septic or something. But whatever. Maybe I can reach from here. Ah. Not really getting a lot off of that. Right in the hole. Turn around so I can use the blade to level myself, but I'm gonna do it on the next one because I'm already set up. This is the bad part. I don't have a lot of room. We were gonna use the cat, but just don't have the room. We're going a little lower than required with the stone. That way, if we're off a little bit with the laser or bottom of hole, I can push it back like that. And then these guys check with the laser and check my grade every now and then.
and chunks of sand. Get to the bottom of there. How's my depth? Consistent? Good?
Tank has like a tooth bit out. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Alright, measure that. Alright, in case anybody is wondering, I'm on load number 4 of stone, just waiting to get on the scale here. Now, normally, this would go a lot faster and I would hire a truck, but in the last couple of days, like, nobody was available. Okay, so we, look at Bryson. We're done. I didn't get a lot of filming done just because it was just, we're going crazy trying to just get this job done. You know, and it's kind of tough because I had to dig these trenches with the Mini because the 315, which I'm not happy about being up there, but the bucket is anchored on the other side. There's no room. Like, I thought I'd dig these trenches. It looks like a big area, but literally we like didn't have any room. So all these trenches got dug out with the Mini, and we got all 4 inspection ports put in. Got the D box in. Got everything piped, all covered with fabric. The engineer wanted to use 3/8 pea stone, but we're like, that's old school. And the inspector, she agreed that she'd rather see fabric than 3/8 stone because it can clog up. And then that's the vent. Goes out there and it goes up. There's a charcoal filter on top. That's not glued in. We're actually gonna cut that when we're all done, and we're gonna set that to where it needs to be. And then tomorrow they're coming to inspect it, and then we're gonna have to backfill around here and like chink all these pipes. We're gonna have to bed all these pipes, but we only did it in like some spots. But when we backfill, we like to pack the pipe and check it with the level as we backfill to make sure when we're putting dirt in here, we don't throw it out of whack. I dug a little, stoned, dug, stone, all the way to the end. So, and then you can see here, you know, they're all teed in at the end. I didn't get any video of us gluing everything together because to be honest with you, it's just like super fast pace. You know, there's a lot of cussing and yelling, and there's a lot of glue all over everyone's fingers. So I just got this new GoPro courtesy of my wife. I got the 10 here. So I don't really want to get glue on it right away. So yeah, and I mean, who hasn't seen people glue pipes together before? I mean, you know, it is what it is. So we're just doing a walk around, just making sure we got everything. The tank, I'll show you the tank real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here because well, I gotta load up the Mini because I think we're done with the Mini X. But This is like a really crappy job site with the dirt is like sticky. My son just cleaned off everyone's boots with the brush, you know, and now we're gonna get them all dirty again. So yeah, that's done, mortared. I mortared into it. You don't have to because it has the sleeves, but I don't trust the sleeves because we don't always cut them right, and I've heard stories about them leaking, you know, the little plastic sleeves. So I mortar anyways, don't care, always do it. Baffle wall is the big one, and then the outlet, all mortared all around everything. And then up there I got to put some tape on the end of there. Plumber's probably going to take it into the house, so I think he owns the first how many feet into the house. So anyways, that's it till tomorrow. We weren't here for probably about a week. Anyways, the engineers just left. They just as-built this whole thing. This is how it turned out. Didn't get too much rain over the weekend. I'm gonna start to backfill this thing. I was kind of aggravated because they couldn't come out last week, and I have somewhere else for that 315 to be, but I can't get it out of here until I backfill this. So I was pretty pissed, to be honest with you, because the guy told me I could call him anytime and he'd come right out. So I called him and he said, oh, we can't come out till after New Year's. And then they were mad at me because I filled in this trench going over here. They were like, we were supposed to as-built that. And I'm like, tough shit, I'm not leaving that open, you know what I mean? Because then I would have had to leave, you know, because this was open, I would have had to leave the machine up there over the weekend in the rain. And then on top of that, there's a little kid that's always walking his dog up and down the street, and you know, and sometimes I came here one day, he was wandering around in here, you know. There's no way I'm leaving that open that long. Plus with the rain, I didn't like leaving that trench open over the one night or 2 nights that we had to. I had so much caution tape around it. I mean, I've gone through like 2 or 3 rolls of caution tape just on this septic job alone. You know, call me paranoid, but you know, I'm trying to keep everybody out of here and everything. So anyways, I'm gonna start filling this thing in. It's about 2 o'clock. They showed up late, of course, and I put sewer magnetic tape. It's not magnetic, but what it is it's got the metal in the tape, so when you do the wand to locate it, you can. I did my own as-built card. Braden and I were waiting. Bryson's not here today, he's on another job. James isn't here, he's on another job, his own job. So Braden and I, while we were waiting for them to do their thing, look at this mud, we greased the machine. I'm gonna fire it up now and try to get some of this backfilled. I got my son packing all around the D box, and I'm just throwing fill. Now, this is probably gonna sit till the spring, this area, but if they were gonna like pave over it right away or something, I would probably bring in a roller compactor and roller compact this area in lifts. But this is gonna sit. I'm gonna put in a temporary T-base driveway, and I don't think I'll get to it tomorrow, but this is gonna sit till the spring, so it'll all settle. And we are gonna be out of here until the spring, and then in the spring I have to
trucking 200 yards of screen topsoil, loam, screen loam, and we're gonna hydroseed this whole place. So I don't know. I want to get out of here and take the rest of the winter off. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen. This machine's going to another job as soon as I get this pile in the hole. I was supposed to be at another job, so I say unfortunately, but I mean, let's face it, like, that's actually a good thing. Having somewhere to go and having work. Tomorrow, I'm gonna mix up some mortar and I'm gonna mortar around that lid on the bottom of it. I mean, I could always wrap it in fabric, but I don't know. Why take a chance? It's almost 3 o'clock. We're not gonna get this done today, so what do you want to go at 3:30? Okay. Do you want to try this? Yeah, you good. Pull it in. Hey, try to scoop that a little. Don't go too deep there. I don't think he's ever run this one before. You're curling up too early. Watch, go down, go back. Huh? I can't hear you. Hold on. What?
I said I'm not used to teeth this big, so I don't want to get too close to the tracks.
Oh, don't worry. I'll yell at you if you get too close. Watch. Come in, come in, come in. All right, stop. Now curl and then push back on the stick. Like go back with the stick. There you go, and roll it. There you go. There you go. Like that.
come in here and get more dirt from the pile. You see the end there? See the round part? Yeah. That's the back.
I got moved this dirt.
Maybe not. Seatbelt on? We should.
I'm waiting for the teeter to AKA prepare to shit stuff.
Yeah, you'll shit yourself in a minute. Should learn how to use your feet. Don't be scared, you know what's gonna happen. See, when you use your feet, you could have lifted up on that. It would have been a lot lighter landing. Hey, no bangy bangy. It's not good for the pennies. Hey, what you want to do is, sorry to keep bothering you, but what you want to do is take a scoop, right? And as you're going over there, you want to go out like this and cast it. You don't want to dump it close to you. There you go. Mint. What you just did was perfect, so now do that 5 billion more times. And shoot for this corner over here, okay? I'm gonna fill this way. Alright guys, we're finally making some progress, so we're getting closer to getting out of here. So we got this much backfilled. I'm gonna go a little high on it because it's probably gonna settle a little bit. The nice thing about the skid steer is the Takeuchi's kind of rough, so it pounds the ground. I know a lot of guys don't like the Takeuchi, but I love the Takeuchi because I don't get a lot of settling on things that I backfill with it. It really just vibrates the ground pretty good. Even though it has low ground pressure, it still pounds the ground pretty good. You know, a million trips over it just pounding it. You know, to each their own. Me personally, I love the Takeuchi, but I've heard bad stories about the new ones. I heard they have Kubota engines in them. So, I don't know. I think Dirt Boss ran a new Takeuchi and he hated it. So, I don't know. I have not run a new one.
I gotta go clean up this job site and pull the last piece of machinery out of there, the skid steer. Because I need it on another job, which I was hoping to be done and packed up for the rest of the winter, but the work keeps coming, so I'm gonna keep taking it.
So my buddy Nick that I do a lot of work with, and you'll see me sometimes driving for him, he doesn't actually have any T-base pile in his yard. So I think his other yard does, but it's very far away. So sometimes I use different places for different materials. I source different places for different materials. Even pipe, you know what I mean? Like when we do the septics, we like to get it dropped off by one place because they're a lot cheaper, easier to deal with. But if I need like one or two small things, I'll go to the place down the street because they're down the street. Looked at a tri-axle the other day. I don't know if you guys have noticed, the price of trucks has absolutely gone insane. So I found one that was relatively cheap, and I thought to myself, I should go look at it, just in case it actually is like a fluke thing, you know, like a diamond in a rough, but it was just rough. There was no diamond.
I just dumped this T-base. I don't know how well it's gonna work. This stuff worked pretty good because when I showed up here, all their vans were up here. So this, I made it up here no problem. This angle, we moved the driveway over. You see, I don't know if you can see, there's like stone over where that car is. The driveway right through there. I moved it over here and I cut the curse out of it, and then this is gonna be grass. It's gonna go up like that to match the neighbor's grade. You know, so there'll be a little roll of a lawn there, a little roll of a lawn there, and then shoot straight across, and then a little curve there. In the spring, we are going to truck in a whole bunch of topsoil and then reshape everything. It's just really, it's tough right now because it's frozen in some spots and then just mud in others.